You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, we're Enterprise Splaining, the podcast where we explain Star Trek Enterprise to each other and to you. I'm Bill, and these are my co-hosts, Maria.
Hello.
And Jamie.
Hi.
We are also joined by a very special guest star, Nicole. Nicole, please justify your existence. Why are you here?
Because physics. Hi, yeah. So, yeah, I'm Nicole Colucci, noisy astronomer. I am a physics professor, and I am an astronomer by training, but I do a lot of education research now also. And I did get my start in astronomy studying activity around supermassive black holes, and I have heard that may be relevant here. And I'm also a bit of a Trekkie.
Excellent. What is your relationship to Star Trek and Enterprise in particular?
So I came to it late, especially for someone who is a nerdy science person. I really didn't come to watch Star Trek until grad school. And the reboot movies came out.
Oh, wow, that late. Okay.
Yeah, really late in life. I came to sci-fi and fantasy slowly. I had a very nerd-deprived childhood in that way.
Okay.
But
you ended up working in astrophysics.
Yeah, so I had that side. I didn't have the pop culture side.
Gotcha.
And I went to see the movie with a couple of my friends, and I was like, they were laughing at these things that seemed completely random to me, and I'm like, I don't get it. So I was like, that's it, I'm gonna watch Star Trek. So I watched all the Star Trek. I watched all the Star Trek over the next several years. I guess it was on Netflix at the time,
including Enterprise.
Including Enterprise. So I have seen every episode.
Oh my heavens!
I don't remember much of it because I've never gone back to rewatch it.
That checks out.
Such a common thing we hear.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how you react to this episode. If you remember, give us a little verbal cue if you start to remember things, as if we're recovering repressed memories here for you.
Sounds good.
On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the Star Trek Enterprise episode Singularity. However, I'm the only person here who's actually watched it, so it's my job to explain to my co-hosts what happened on the episode. Computer, tell us a bit about the episode we're going to be watching today.
Singularity. While Enterprise is surveying a black hole in a trinary star system, the stellar phenomenon causes strange effects on the crew.
And now it's time for two truths and a lie. I'm going to tell you 3 statements, but dig this. Only 2 of them are actually true. One of them isn't. And it's going to be my co-host's job to figure out which is which. Are we ready?
Always.
Yes. Sure.
Statement number 1. T'Pol kills the entire human crew.
It's Star Trek. There can totally be a way to do that.
Yeah. No, there's nice for Phlox.
2. The crew becomes obsessed with doing their jobs properly.
Unlikely.
Statement number 3. Archer yells at Porthos.
No! How dare.
That's a lie. That has to be the lie. I want it to be the lie. How's that?
Yeah.
What are our picks?
Oof.
Archer yelling at Porthos is a lie.
I am gonna go with Paul kills the entire human crew.
All right.
I mean, I guess that's the dark horse candidate here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lie because spoilers. She may have killed everyone.
All right,
That's
your
my
choices.
spoiler guess.
All right, our choices have been made. While our audience ponders what the lie may be, let's hear a bit about one of the other podcasts on the ESO network.
Look up, look down, look out. Here come the monkeys.
Mickey,
David,
Mike,
Peter.
We're talking about them in Monkeying Around. That's right, Monkeying Around has everything, including
interviews,
Episode reviews.
album discussions,
and other incredible surprises.
Monkeying Around, a podcast about the monkeys.
Cold open. Enterprise is heading through a spooky and fiery spiral in space. On the bridge and throughout the ship, the entire crew has collapsed except for T'Pol. We hear in voiceover, Science Officer's Log, August 14th, 2152. Enterprise remains on course for the Trinary system. I've transmitted a distress call, but the nearest Vulcan ship is more than 9 days away. By the time they arrive, they may find debris, if that.
That's a captain's log?
Nope, this is T'Pol's
T'Pol's
log.
This is
log.
okay, that makes more sense. Okay, that's why I was confused.
Even if Enterprise makes it past the black hole without being destroyed, it seems likely the crew won't survive. All is going according to plan. She doesn't say that last bit.
Oh.
And
It's
sorry, Bill.
implied.
Sorry, Bill. You said all the humans are
Everybody
passed
we
out?
see, it's like acquisition. It's like they fell down
Oh, they're
right
just
where they
like
were.
okay, and all over, like just randomly all
All
over the
over
ship. Got it.
on the bridge and all throughout the ship.
Okay,
Have-
so it's
do
just
we see
it's gotta
Phlox
just be
passed out?
I don't believe we see Phlox.
Okay.
yeah, because presumably if it's only the humans, then T'Pol, Phlox, and Porthos are okay.
Let's hope so.
I considered Porthos a human. I can't believe that. I was counting him as a human.
He is from Earth.
It doesn't make him human.
He's a good boy.
Hey, it's been a long road, so it's that time again. Jamie's Diane Warren update of the week. Take it away.
So this week there was a big interview with Diane Warren published in New York Magazine, in the print magazine. Online, it's at Vulture. The interview was by Alex Goldberg, and it's surprising because Diane Warren rarely does an interview. She does not like doing interviews. So, I was very surprised to see it. It's the longest interview I've ever seen with her, and it was amazing. You guys, there's so much tea in here. She does not give a fuck. Like, she will like throw other artists under the bus. Like,
I love it.
it is really good. So I have so many things. I was typing up my notes and it's 4 pages, single spaced.
Oh my god!
So
Jamie, why don't you just read us the interview?
I know. And I want to say, like, I'm only talking about some parts of the interview. But I'm just going to go over like half of it today.
No,
and then
Jamie, you're going to give
give
us 1 page, if that.
I'm going to give you a couple things and then we're going to talk more about it next week.
She's gonna give us the highlights.
I'm going to give you some highlights. First of all, Alex Goldberg, this is a list of things that he said that he saw in her office.
A raccoon.
2 statues of hands flipping the bird.
Okay.
A service call bell labeled "Shut the fuck up."
I want one.
A trucker hat that says "Don't be a little bitch."
Oh my god.
And a mug where on the inside of the mug, after you like finish your coffee, it says the word cunt.
I love her so much.
God. That's amazing.
Great.
For someone that I never heard of a year and a half ago, I love Diane Warren. A bizarre amount.
So one thing that he talked about with her was that there's somebody on Reddit who created a calculation to score songwriters based on how many weeks songs they've written have spent on the Billboard 100 and like where they charted,
Sure.
in order to figure out like who the top songwriters of all time are.
Oh, it's
Or
like
not all, but
sabermetrics for songwriting.
and Do you know what number Diane Warren is? Do you want to
Number
guess?
1, obviously.
In the top 5, I would say 4.
2.
She's number 1.
She was number 1. She was number 1. So just like metric wise, she has had the most songs in the highest charting for the longest amount of time on Billboard of any other songwriter. The author also mentioned that in 2015, Rolling Stone released a list of the top 100 songwriters of all time. Do you guys want to guess where Diane Warren was on that list?
In the top 10.
Also number 1.
He asked Diane Warren to guess where she was.
Oh.
And her response was, I probably wasn't in there, right?
Oh.
She was not on the list.
Oh, okay. No.
Top 100 and she wasn't on. She said, I don't care. I like that other list, the Hot 100. That's facts. It's not opinions.
There you go.
There's that saying, what you think about me is none of my business.
Wow.
But it is interesting. Like she's
really
very
interesting.
much aware of the way people view her music, that they see it kind of as schmaltz.
Yeah.
And so like when it's shocking to me actually that Rolling Stone 100 songwriters and they don't even think of
that's
her.
wild.
That actually checks out. That would be like if you asked me what Pitchfork's list was. That they're kind of snooty. Also, Rolling Stone is incredibly sexist. Well, not incredibly sexist, but they are sexist when it comes to music. So,
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a really interesting way to start out this interview because it's such a juxtaposition. She also talked about how she purposely makes her songs, I want to say generic. That's definitely not the word she said, but basically that every one of her songs could be about anything. Like they're not specific.
sure.
Accessible?
Yeah, basically like, okay, so for an example, she talked about her song Till It Happens to You, which is the song that she wrote with Lady Gaga for the documentary The Hunting Ground, which was the documentary about sexual assault on campuses. And she specifically, when she was writing it, she was thinking about when she was a teen and she was molested. So like the song means a lot to her because of her own sexual assault. But she did say that she purposefully does not say what it is in the Till It Happens to You,
Right.
because she's like wants people to be able to relate to it no matter what. So she's like, maybe you were bullied or you lost your job or anything else, and so you can project anything you want onto these songs. I was thinking this week about this podcast episode I listened to recently of Switched on Pop, where they talked about the effect that Taylor Swift has had on the pop landscape. And one of the biggest things about her music is specificity. Like her songs are like, I don't know, I went to the store and I saw a guy with brown hair and he pushed it out of his face and then like bought a can of beans. I don't know. I don't really.
I love that song.
Taylor
What
Swift.
kind of beans?
He was wearing a red scarf. I assume that's what all her music sounds like.
That
I
Taylor
do
Swift
this-
song, Garbanzos.
I do this at karaoke all the time.
But you guys know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
her music is so specific. And that has had this effect now on basically all pop music. Like, all the current pop girlies, like, that's what they're doing. Like, you look at, like, a Phoebe Bridgers, or,
Lentil
like,
Beans
a
is
Gracie
number one right now.
Abrams, or, like, whoever else the popular girls are today. They're all doing that, like, extreme specificity. And Diane Warren is the opposite of that. But I also think that that's why her songs work so well for movies, because she can write a song and then like match it to a movie, and it's like
And it can be
perfect for
used for
anything.
Patch Adams or Star Trek Enterprise.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like Taylor Swift has never gotten an
remix.
Oscar nomination. Like, she's not out here writing. Her music doesn't work for movies.
No,
It's
two
too
form-
specific.
The two forms of entertainment: Patch Adams or Star Trek Enterprise.
Because yes, the use of her song for Star Trek was never controversial. It clearly
Oh, yeah, no, that it worked out great.
yeah.
And speaking of that song that she did with Lady Gaga, there was a great story in here about how apparently Lady Gaga's team told her that she was not allowed to release that song as a single.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why, but they said they were just like very adamant that she could not do it. And it was like in the contracts. But Diane Warren, her biggest thing is that she wants people to like listen to her music. She wanted to release this song.
Right.
So she called the guy who financed the documentary that the song was in and got him to agree to finance a music video with her. So like she paid for part of it and he paid for part of it. And then so they made a video and then they put out a press release. They could not call it a music video because she wasn't really allowed to make a music video. So they called it a public service announcement.
Tricky.
Wow.
And it was all done in secret. So like Lady Gaga and her team had no idea this was happening until it was released. And then they released it, but they couldn't really, like they did send out the public service announcement press release, but otherwise they couldn't do any other promo for it because of all the contracts. So Diane Warren sent the link to the video to her friend Oprah.
Her pal.
And Oprah shared it on her social media, which caused it to blow up.
What you gonna do now, suckers?
Gaga's manager was pissed and called Diane Warren to yell at her. But then afterwards, she said Gaga called her and said that she loved it.
That scans with what I... yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. That checks out.
The interviewer did reach out to Lady Gaga
for comment.
And the statement they sent back was, Lady Gaga and her team always intended to release Till It Happens to You as a single with a music video and collaborated strategically with Warren prior to the single's release. There's nothing released without Gaga's approval and input.
So they flat out lied.
Yeah.
Fun.
No, they're like Vulcans. They can't lie.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's a known thing that, Lady Gaga's marketing team never lies. That known fact.
But my favorite part about this is the interviewer then asked Diane Warren if her motivation to create the music video was to bring awareness to the issue of sexual violence on college campuses. And Diane Warren said, my motivation was I wanted people to hear the song.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She was like, I just wanted people to hear, like, I'm proud of the song and I wanted people to hear it. Yeah. I love that she's just totally, like, she is not going to bullshit about it. Like, she's just like, no, it was, like, purely selfish reasons.
Right.
It was a good song and I wanted people to hear it.
That's great.
Excellent.
Anyways, I got a whole bunch more, but I'll tell you about it next week.
Awesome.
We are back. T'Pol continues with her log. Without Phlox's help, her ability to help reverse the effects is limited. She's
Without Phlox's help?
Without Phlox's help. Phlox is not available to help her. She's documenting these events so that Starfleet will have a record of what happened. Then she starts dictating a farewell letter to her fiancé and all the other people she's ever dated. She doesn't actually do that. No, she doesn't do that.
Her fiancé has not been mentioned in like a year.
What is it with Vulcans and fiancés that are just like out of sight, out of mind?
It's also
a Spock thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like this show is copying original Enterprise in a lot of ways and not very effectively. It's weird. Apparently, this all started after they entered a trinary system. It's a three-body problem, only not as depressing and overly drawn out. She then tells us that this all started 2 days ago. Flashback. T'Pol has explained to Archer that while Vulcans have explored over 2,000 black holes, this one is the first one she's seen that's been in a trinary star system. I'm going to throw this to Nicole. Why is this interesting?
So I would expect that in a trinary system, I don't know what the other two objects are, but typically if you have three things in a system like that, one of them's going to get shot out. Like through the gravitational interactions, one of them's going to get like ricocheted or flung out. So that's why that seems a bit odd to me.
So here's my question. So trinary, I assume it means 3 stars. Would the black hole be considered one of the quote unquote stars? Okay, so
well, that's it would be one of the 3 bodies, and the others could be regular stars. Those stars could be of any particular size. They could be neutron stars, which are weird in their own way. I'm assuming since they say black hole singular, there's not 2 or 3 black holes. No,
it is they repeatedly say a black hole. This thing looks gnarly as hell. It basically looks like like a death metal album. It looks like a fiery spiral that is just that the ship is heading right into.
Okay, this I can't
like
wait
spiral
to see.
spiral clouds of orange matter that are just
So y'all have seen the picture of the first photos we had of the black hole event horizon, right?
the orange blobby thing. Yeah.
It's an orange donut.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really orange. That's the colors they picked. It was in the radio. But I'm finding that interesting. I'm just finding it interesting that they also used orange.
Yeah,
Oh yes, I have seen that. We'll put a link in our show notes.
the Enterprise looks a lot more metal than that one does. I'll tell you this one. T'Pol says they should be able to get within 5 million kilometers, close enough to take some nice pictures. Adds Trip.
Oh my God.
But they can't warp in. They have to go at full impulse, which will take 2 days. So they set a course. Archer calls Trip over. Hey, since you've got some free time, can you look at my chair? The captain's chair. And Trip's like, what about it? And Archer says, it's uncomfortable. That's why he doesn't sit in it very often. When I lean back, I'm about to slide off of it. I sort of have to perch on the edge.
Wait, what? He actually
this.
says that?
He actually says that.
That has clicked a memory bomb. I don't know. That is something I remember.
Which might also explains to Paul's iconic perch that she does on the...
Yeah.
Trip doesn't exactly say, I'm a Warp 5 engineer, but yeah, I'll take a look at your chair. He actually says, I was going to purge the impulse manifolds, and Archer says, the chair first.
Yep.
That's fair.
We cut to Archer's room where T'Pol is dropping off the duty roster. Lieutenant Reed has a new security protocol he'd like to discuss. Anything else? Well, Chef didn't report for duty this morning. He's ill. It's not serious, just a simple virus. He should be fine in a few days. And Ensign Sato has offered to take charge of the mess hall while he's out of commission. T'Pol is about to leave.
Wait. Had she shown cooking experience before?
She had spoken previously about, like, did she say she had a hot plate in her room or something like that when she was... when Malcolm thought she was hitting on him?
Yeah. She was trying to learn more. Yeah. Now you say that, I remember. Yeah, she said she really likes cooking, but doesn't have the opportunity and has a hot plate in her room.
Because Chef will not let anyone else in the kitchen. Or will not let her in the kitchen specifically.
Now.
Chef has a mysterious illness, and Hoshi is conveniently right there.
Hoshi stabbed him.
What kind of virus? The knife kind.
Somebody did one of those things where you take a screenshot and you put like a text message that's actually unrelated to the scene, and it was Mirror Universe Kira, and the post was, you talk a lot of shit for someone who's in stabbing range.
Oh God, I love Mirror Universe Kira.
All right.
God, who doesn't?
Same.
T'Pol is about to leave when Archer asks her a question. He's received a manuscript, a biography of his father, and they've asked him to write the preface. Would T'Pol read it when he's done? She says, I'd be happy to, and the word happy struck me as an odd choice. But actually, what's interesting in this is...
That is an odd choice.
T'Pol gets some emotional notes. They're not big explosive moments, but you're going to see later, like, she gets to play it a bit less icy than she has before, shall we say.
That's still like a strange turn of phrase for a Vulcan. Okay.
Yeah. So Archer continues. He's been working on it for 2 weeks, and he can't get it finished, but T'Pol points out that he should have ample time in the next 2 days. And nobody ever reads the damn introduction to the book anyway. Don't worry about it. Archer says they only asked for 1 page, and how can Archer sum up his father in 1 page? And T'Pol says, focus on one event. And Archer says, that's a good idea. Hey, maybe you could write it for me? And she says, I'm hardly qualified, and leaves.
Can you write it for me?
ChatGPT.
He's really hung up on this. He's got to describe his dad in 1 page.
Yeah, what? I'm sorry, like, T'Pol, who has never met his father, he wants her to write it?
I assume that was what did he said that sarcastically.
He's hung up on it. He wasn't being sarcastic.
Okay.
He just
needs help.
But he wasn't like serious about her doing it.
No, he wasn't serious about it. We are, for the first time, I believe, in the galley.
Oh my god.
That's exciting.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Is
wait.
Chef
At this
there? Do we
point,
see
have you
Chef?
seen Chef?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay.
Wait, does that mean that we're gonna get to see Chef?
I actually don't remember.
Okay. I was
That's
like,
one
oh,
thing
no,
I don't
spoiler.
remember. I don't remember. I
Good.
did not fixate on Chef when I saw it the first time.
Hoshi is in there along with another crewman whose name is Cunningham, and he is explaining to Hoshi that Chef was planning to make fried chicken tonight with scalloped potatoes, and too bad, says Hoshi, because she is going to make her own recipe, one of her grandmother's recipes passed down through the generation. She pulls it up, and it's in Japanese. Cunningham, who's a white dude, says, I'll need a translation to run it through the protein resequencer. No. You can resequence all the chicken and potatoes you want, but I am making this from scratch. She pulls out a giant stock pot and gets to work.
Okay, now I have so many questions about what chefs do in this century.
We can probably answer those. We
We've
think
talked
we
about
have
it
a
a
pretty
lot.
good idea.
Okay,
So
so
they
they're
have
like
a-
part programmer.
Well,
and
they
part
have
chef?
they have a hydroponics bay where they grow vegetables. And then they have a resequencer where they can make protein, like they can make a steak, but somebody
they like
has
3D
to cook
print
the steak.
protein. Okay.
Yes,
It,
they
it
can't.
seems like it.
It seems like they cannot just replicate a fully cooked meal.
Got it.
Yeah,
Somebody
so
has to cook
everything
it.
still has to be cooked.
Yeah.
Like I presumably maybe the meat, like maybe you can do meat not cooked, but like the meals themselves still need to be cooked.
Okay.
We cut to sick bay where Phlox is grinding something with a mortar and pestle.
Is he helping?
Okay, Phlox.
Is he making a nice little herb spread?
Hopefully it's not one of his little starfish creatures, but we never learn.
Phlox gonna
Travis-
Phlox.
Travis enters, and Phlox is slightly annoyed because he's being distracted. Phlox says, if there's something wrong, what can I do for you? Travis says he has a little headache, nothing serious. And Phlox says, I'll take a look. But Travis was just hoping he could get something for it. He's in the middle of upgrading navigation sensors, which seems kind of important to me since they're heading towards a black hole, but what do I know? And Phlox says it would be irresponsible for him to dispense medicine without examination. It's like, give him some ibuprofen, Phlox.
My goodness.
Travis sits down, and Phlox has been meaning to have a follow-up exam with him after he removed the neural implants from the repair station, which is a callback to Dead Stomp.
Yeah.
But it could be something as simple as tension. On the other hand, Tyrellian plague starts out with something as simple as a headache, and then all manner of
Poor
nasty
Phlox.
things begin to happen.
Phlox's bedside manner could use some work.
I gotta tell you guys, the direction on this episode is great because as Phlox starts to say this, the camera slowly closes on him and then closes in on an obviously worried Travis.
Oh goodness, that poor child.
Back on the bridge, T'Pol is trying to do an analysis of the black hole that they are approaching, but she's distracted by the metallic drilling sound of Trip and another crewman working on the captain's chair. It's seriously, they're taking it apart. And the weird part is his drill is hooked up to like a gas tank, like an oxygen tank.
What?
The drill. And at first I thought he just had like a welding device there, but no, the drill is hooked up to this tank, and I could not figure out why.
Weird.
Gas-powered drill. That's safe and modern.
T'Pol eventually gets Trip's attention and asks him to finish the chair work later. And Trip claps back, this may not be as glamorous as a black hole, but the captain ordered it. He
My God.
also ordered a detailed analysis of this trinary system. And Trip says, I thought Vulcans had all this mental focus and discipline. And T'Pol says, we also have sensitive hearing.
Yeah.
Trip goes, huh. And then he goes back to drilling.
I'm so confused about what he's actually changing on the chair as an engineer. It just feels like it would be more than just I don't know. I guess
Couldn't
I
he
don't
like
really understand.
Yeah, is it like fix the? I'm trying to wonder what would make it when he was sliding out. Like, is the seat at the wrong angle?
Oh, hang on to these questions.
Oh, great.
Sometimes answered. Okay.
T'Pol excuses herself from the bridge to go to her quarters to get some work done. In the armory, Malcolm is working with other crew members on the torpedoes and other things. There are a lot of background characters in this episode, just a lot of them. Archer
Bill, you always get the episodes that have a whole bunch of other crewmen.
Yeah.
Like, new crewmen are always in Bill episodes. Just like caves are always in Maria episodes.
It's like, yeah, exactly. I attract crew members, Maria attract caves. Archer enters for Malcolm's report about the thing that he wanted to talk to him about. Malcolm explains his concerns. He's been reviewing their encounters, and he wonders why their first response is always to start with mass murder. He doesn't say that. What he does say is he has a proposal. When they enter a hostile situation, there should be a ship-wide emergency alert, something a bit more comprehensive than battle stations.
It's happening! It's here! I'm so glad I'm here for this! Oh my god!
Every time I hear his name, that's what I hear in my head is read alert.
Read alerts were the second thing I ever learned about Enterprise. The first thing I learned I learned how it ends with Riker, and then I learned about read alerts. I learned about read alerts before I even learned that Scott Bakula was in Enterprise. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this moment. Oh.
Not to pull the curtain back too much, but when I first watched this episode, I was in an altered state. And when this came on, I was like, holy shit, is this actually happening?
I'm so jealous you got this one. Oh, that's great.
Wait, can you repeat again what he said?
Yes.
How he described it?
When they enter a hostile situation, it would be a ship-wide emergency alert, something a bit more comprehensive than battle stations. With a simple order from the captain or a hull impact, hull plating would be polarized, weapons would be brought online, critical systems secured. Archer, smug and amused, says to this entirely good and rational idea, I appreciate your concern, Malcolm, but this isn't a warship. And Malcolm replies, yes, that's obvious, sir.
Oh, not for lack of fucking trying, though. Because this isn't a warship.
Also, the idea that they're not a warship and therefore there's never emergencies.
Malcolm starts to run over some of the encounters that they've had before, like they were unprepared for the Suleiman boarding parties, mostly because T'Pol invited them on board. And he also points out the issue of when the Mazarites surprise attacked them, which is a callback to Fallen Hero. Archer tells him to run the proposal by the senior officers, get some feedback, and they'll talk again. And Malcolm...
Can I just say, okay, this whole thing about Starfleet not being a warship is a running theme.
Yes.
So
military organization? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're just a pseudo-navy.
What I don't understand, like, do ships today have, like, the equivalent of a red alert? Because it feels like they should. Like,
I think they have. I think they have battle stations.
Okay. Too many syllables, though.
Yeah.
That's his problem with it, apparently.
As Archer is heading out, he says, and Malcolm, ... don't call it battle stations. Think of something less aggressive. Well, what's the most unaggressive thing on the ship? We cut to mess hall later.
I just want to say that this, like, Nicole, you just said, this is a running theme in Star Trek. That conversation represents, like, all Starfleet is like, yes. Well, we'll just give it a nicer name.
Yeah.
Like, it's a battle station, but what if we don't call it a battle station?
This is really... Syllable. This is a
full-on... Call it a command station. That sounds nicer when we're shooting our weapons at people.
The transport device.
We are not a military organization.
We only have photon torpedoes for defense.
Oof. All right.
We cut to the mess hall later. Malcolm and Trip are going over their pads with their nose just buried in them, while Hoshi goes from table to table asking crewmen how they liked their meal. She is in full-on maitre d' mode. Condition red? Asks Malcolm. And Trip is barely paying attention, and he says, why don't you just call it security protocol, says Trip, his nose deep in his own chair-related issues. As a matter of fact, because the issue that Trip is... He's looking at his pad, his little data device.
I know, but about what? About the chair?
Yeah, he's looking at the IKEA instructions as he's stumbling it.
It's like, I do not have the right size Allen wrench.
No. Wait, here we go. Do you think a cup holder's too much?
What?
And what I would give to see the design that Trip is working on.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I could totally see Archer sitting there with a beer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We have seen him drink beer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, the captain just wanted the seat adjusted, but as long as I'm working on it, Trip is also going to be upgrading readouts on the armrest, which is just where you want the beverage to be, right next to all these sensor readouts. And the two of them bicker for a little bit about which job they're working on is more important. It's a chair, says Malcolm. It's the captain's chair, says Trip. It's just as important as your read alert.
Oh! I don't remember that. I don't remember Trip coming up with that.
That's not bad. It is Trip who first says read alert, to which Malcolm replies, read alert, that's not bad. Guys, we made it.
This is it. We can quit now. Like, this is what we've been waiting for.
I love Malcolm trying to come up with a name for this is basically us every week trying to brainstorm the name of our Enterprise Planning episodes. I noticed, Maria and Bill, that neither of you responded to the 20 messages I sent today with ideas for names for a Night in Sickbay episode.
I know.
Hoshi, still playing the maitre d', stops by and asks if they enjoyed their meal. Both of the boys have... Trip has eaten most of his, but Malcolm has barely touched his. They give some pleasantries, and they look around and say, looks like the entire crew is, enjoying it. Everybody's having the same meal here. Hoshi explains that it's called Odin, and every Japanese family has their own way of making it. Like he says, Trip looks around and says, it looks like it's a big hit. Hoshi, concerned, points out that Malcolm barely touched his, and Malcolm says it was lovely. Hoshi says, well, I'll get you a fresh bowl, and Malcolm says that's not necessary, he's not hungry, and we know that Malcolm is not really into food. Like, that was the major subplot of one episode. Hoshi is not letting it go, however.
Malcolm, I imagine when Malcolm does eat, he wants his food simple. He
None
doesn't
of it
want
can
it
be
to
touching
have
each other.
flavors. Yeah, or like any kind of seasoning.
Hoshi...
He likes his food bland like him.
Hoshi presses him on this, and he says it was a bit salty. Hoshi then picks up Malcolm's bowl and takes a taste from it. Hoshi declares that it tastes fine, and Malcolm says, it must be me then. Everyone else enjoys it. Then he gets up and leaves, still reading his pad. We are back in medbay, where Phlox has Travis on the stretcher in front of that MRI-like device that they have, and he's declared that Travis won't be returning to duty today. Travis protests he needs to finish the sensor upgrades for the black hole that they are approaching, just to remind you. And Phlox says that on medical matters, his authority overrides Archer's. He needs Travis to stay overnight for observation.
This is all just because of a headache?
Yes. We are in the captain's quarter, and Archer is dictating the preface to his dad's biography because, of course, nobody types on this show. It's kind of a boring... It's not going well. But...
Sorry, wait, guys. What if there's something wrong with his brain causing these headaches? It's okay, because they have a whole nother Travis brain from the episode Dead Stop.
I don't think this is a situation where they can do a swap, but let's find out.
They could just swap it out.
I'll say.
They have a Travis brain sitting around already.
You got to keep a Travis around to cut up for parts. So Archer is dictating this frankly bad preface to his father's biography, and none of that matters because sitting on the bed listening intently to all of this is Porthos!
Good boy.
Archer talks about his dad's work in Bozeman and all the famous people he worked with and who he was introduced to as a child. Porthos whines a bit, and Archer, annoyed, says, "I'll feed you in a minute." Archer is really struggling as he narrates, in a way, creating a stable warp field married the flux of emotions my father felt when he embarked on. Computer pause, delete the last paragraph, delete the whole thing. When I was in my 20s, I went on a trip to East Africa.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't say that. What does happen is that Porthos barks and Archer snaps, "Quiet!" which causes Porthos to jump off the bed, run to his doggy bed, and hunkers ears and tail down.
Oh dear. What?
Archer is a bad boy.
Such
my gosh.
bad
All right, so
man.
Porthos is a good boy.
Oh, that's awful.
In fairness, right before we cut to commercial, there is a moment where Archer seems to have a reaction, like, why did he do this? He doesn't just, he's sort of like, he's not horrified, but it's just like, that was, why did that happen?
Porthos needs a lesson from my dog. When I tell her to be quiet, she just whines louder. And then starts like headbutting me. So
we come back from commercial, and T'Pol is in her quarters working furiously on what we presume is the black hole problem.
There are a lot of plots happening in this,
Yeah, there's a lot happening in this episode.
which is weird for a show that never even has a B plot.
Yeah.
T'Pol is working on her data furiously. Trip walks in carrying his toolkit, and I really hoped he was about to say, "My dispatcher says there's something wrong with Dyna cable. That's what they send me. I am expert." It doesn't, but this whole thing really feels like a porno setup. What actually happens is that Trip is annoyed T'Pol has asked for a sensor interface in her quarters, and it turns out this system is emitting some unusual radiation that she's trying to identify. But Trip is pissed that she dragged him up here to identify this when he needs to work on the chair. Oh, I get it. This is payback. But he says, "You'll be happy to know that I've moved the chair down to engineering, so the bridge is nice and quiet now." But T'Pol wants to work in her room. And as Trip leaves, she says, "I need your help setting this up." But Trip doesn't have time for that. He has to work on the chair.
What is going on with him?
I know you think this chair isn't important, but you're wrong. What's the most critical component of this ship? The main computer? The warp reactor? It's the crew. And the most important member of the crew is the captain. He makes life and death decisions every day, and the last thing he needs to be thinking in a critical situation is, "Gee, I wish this chair wasn't such a pain in the ass." And then he storms out.
What is going on with him? I don't understand. This is so strange.
wow. Wait,
Back
so is
in
irritability? Okay, irritability is a symptom.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm
maybe
thinking.
there's like something going on that like is not affecting T'Pol.
And also, but like maybe he also has a headache, which is like, sometimes it makes you irritable, right? It's not quite there yet.
Yeah,
that makes
maybe.
sense. And that's
it
why,
definitely seems like there's something weird going on.
and that's why
You're right.
Archer yelled at Porthos too.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in Medbay, Phlox is obsessing over Travis's data, and Travis is actually panicking himself. And he goes, "I just have enough time for a shower and a change. I have to be on duty in 15 minutes. Phlox says, "No, I haven't cleared you yet. And matter of fact, I need to perform a cerebral microsection."
No. What? Nope. Hard pass. Absolutely not.
I'm going to say Phlox is also affected. Instead of being irritable, he goes into hyper-focus.
To which Travis says, no more tests. Besides, he could get a reprimand. It'll be on his permanent record. This is a real Wesley line here.
Oh my God.
Permanent record. Sir, are you 12? Like, what is going on?
He is. It's
I want
Travis.
to rescue that child from that entire crew.
Yes.
But Phlox points to the brain scan. Your cortical scan shows elevated levels of serotonin and several other neurotransmitters. But all Travis can think about is how this could affect his career. "I'll be scrubbing plasma conduits on D-Deck for the next 5 years. I could be court-martialed." And I take it back. This isn't Wesley. This is season 1 Boimler. This is how
yes.
to every bump in the road.
Yes.
He's gonna get court-martialed? Is that what his concern is?
For being late to duty.
Being late? Okay.
That is very Boimler.
That is very
Phlox begins to point out any number of diseases that Travis could have, but offers to give Travis a simple analgesic for the headache with a not at all suspicious hypo spray, and idiot that he is, Travis agrees to this. Guess what happens? He's knocked out cold, and Phlox literally straps him to an operating table.
So Phlox goes full Krieger, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
As a matter of fact, just slightly earlier, what Travis had said was, the only way you're going to get me to stay here is to strap me to a medical bay, which is what he does.
Wow.
Engineering. Trip is working on the captain's chair, and Malcolm frantically asks him to review the changes that will need to happen in the warp core for his new tactical alert. He considered read alert, but it seemed narcissistic. And how would Deborah, Rochelle, Ruby, and Hoshi react when he informed of them of that via email? He's also been working on a new alert signal and asks Trip for feedback, and then Malcolm starts to play different alert sounds as Trip is trying to work on this damn chair.
What?
I love this.
But more obnoxious because they're all alert sounds. We cut to the galley. Cunningham enters and announces that if they don't serve something soon, they're going to have a riot on their hands, but Hoshi can't get the recipe right. Is this too salty? It's not right. Hand me that Cretacean spice. I'll add it to the stock. Oh, and I need carrots. Cunningham says, there are 25 people out there. Carrots!
I'm so excited for this because Linda Park has like the best line readings, and I bet she's great at this.
Cunningham hands her the carrots and then scurries off. And Jamie, I have not watched the show. Does this sound like Enterprise the Bear? This is something that you have been asking for a while. People obsessing over recipes and yelling at each other.
This does sound a little bit like Enterprise the Bear.
It's definitely Gordon Ramsay / Letty Henry adjacent there, but Cunningham returns with the carrots, points out that Hoshi is cooking the same meal over and over, and Hoshi kicks his ass out of the kitchen.
Oh my god. Yeah, how much stuff is she wasting if she's cooking the same thing over and over? Like, they have limited resources, don't they?
yeah, that feels bad.
And they have 25 people, which is almost more than a third. It's probably all the female crew members are waiting to get something to eat, and she's literally making the thing they had for lunch.
Wow.
T'Pol enters the armory and starts to talk to Malcolm, who instantly replies with clearance code. Clearance code. The armory is a restricted area, even for the first officer. How do I know you're the first officer? We've encountered species that can alter their appearances, steal our clothes, tie us up. He doesn't say that last part, but he does point out that they've encountered changes. All command personnel have identification codes sent via voice encryption, so say your password out loud to get it. He doesn't say that part either. She needs Malcolm's help installing the sensor interface since Trip's being a little bitch about that. And when I asked Commander Tucker for help, he became agitated, even for him. Have you noticed anything unusual? And why? And Malcolm says, why do you want to access the sensor array from your quarters? T'Pol then notices that Malcolm is wearing a sidearm.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Why do you have a phase pistol? It's part of the new protocol for restricted areas. And she says, have you cleared it with the captain? It's in my proposal. Has he approved it? No. He's more interested in fraternizing with the crew than improving security, inviting them to breakfast and to watch water polo. Malcolm is going to introduce some long overdue changes, and if the captain won't approve them, he'll go directly to Starfleet Command. And T'Pol's like, Oh shit, we're back in the cocaine cave.
I love that whatever this thing is that is like making them irritable and making it so that they're like they don't have the same inhibitions is like they're like, I can't stand the goddamn water polo. That would also be my first thing. I have not been able to say anything because he's our captain, but he needs to shut up about the goddamn water polo.
It's a stupid sport. Nobody likes it. Don't understand.
We get a voiceover from T'Pol. It wasn't long before I realized the odd behavior wasn't limited to Commander Tucker. In fact, everyone I encountered was acting strangely, growing consumed with matters that seemed trivial at best. I also discovered that although I appeared to be immune, the captain was not. Engineering. Archer walks in reading from his pad and sees that Trip is tearing his chair completely apart.
Oh my god.
He's concerned about this, to which Trip replies, "Do you know that this chair is the exact same model used on the Neptune-class survey ships?" And Archer's like, "Is that why you called me down here? Enterprise is the first Warp 5 vessel in human history, the pride of the fleet, and you're sitting on a chair that's been used on warp ships for 2 decades. We're going to start from scratch. I'm going to build you a throne. Stand right there. I need to try a few parametric scans to get your exact dimensions. This baby is going to fit you like a glove." I was like, is Trip going to measure his ass?
Yeah, oh my god.
That's
yes,
what
it
Archer-
is. I am
Archer's
100% picturing an ass chair. An inverted ass seat.
Yep. Groove.
Archer's like, "You better dress up like a slug first." He doesn't say that.
Get your slug costume, Trip.
Trip then does scan Archer with a device used for aligning phase coils. He scans him both front and back. And
I mean, to be fair, I'd have done that too.
Meanwhile, Archer wants to read his latest introduction. Archer continues reading, but Trip doesn't care once his scan is done. But Archer has 19 more pages to recite. It's like one of Jamie's Diane Warren updates. "I've got a lot to say," says Archer. "No kidding," says Trip.
This is the 1-page preface that he's
That's on 19
Yep.
pages.
Yep, okay.
"What does that mean?" And Trip says, "It's a little long-winded. Especially all that stuff about the gazelle." He doesn't say. I need to cut that out. I made 2 gazelle references. I can't do that anymore. Archer then gets in Trip's grill and says, "You're lucky you're a decent engineer because obviously you don't know anything about writing." To which Trip replies, "I'm not the only one."
Oh.
I'm realizing this is starting to sound like a contentious faculty meeting. Where everyone is hyper focused on their own weird shit and bickering with each other over which one's more important.
Nobody cares about the pencil sharpener.
Nicole, have you
my
checked
God.
that there isn't a black hole near your university? Have you checked?
Oh, it's all of yeah.
We are back in the galley. T'Pol wants to Hoshi, but she has no time for his shit. She has 83 people to feed, not just senior officers. And all T'Pol wants is some phlomic broth. No time for special orders.
Oh my god.
No
Where
soup,
is
Dixie, no
actual
soup
chef?
for you. No
Chef is
plummet
sick.
for
Yeah. Chef is sick, right?
no plummet for you. Sorry.
Archer enters. "Where's lunch?" And Hoshi says, "If you're so hungry, fix yourself a sandwich." Hoshi literally tells Archer to make a sandwich.
Yes.
Well, make himself a sandwich. She doesn't say make me a sandwich.
Get in the galley and make me a sandwich.
T'Pol tries to speak to Archer, but he grabs the stew pot to get something to eat, and Hoshi freaks out because it's not ready yet. It's my family's recipe at stake, and what if my auntie finds out about the seasoning not being perfectly correct? She doesn't say that part, but she does freak out about it.
I mean, that does check out, though.
This does sound like the bear.
Suddenly, a system-wide alert goes off. "This is a tactical alert. All hands report to your stations." Hoshi slams the pot lid down, and we go to a commercial. We're back from commercial. Everybody rushes to the bridge. Archer demands of Malcolm a report, and Malcolm says the crew's response is unacceptable. 38% of them failed to report to their stations. But Archer didn't authorize a drill. 1 minute and 15 seconds. It took you, Captain, 1 minute and 15 seconds to reach your post. I expect more from a commanding officer.
He's all, don't have a fucking chair.
Trip enters perplexed. 1 minute and 49 seconds. Well, Trip don't care. He has a bunch of new upgrades for Archer to approve, and only for a small upgrade to Premium Platinum Plus in the Chair of the Month Club. Malcolm's pissed. Everyone's pissed, and T'Pol can only watch as things get so heated that Malcolm says to Trip, if this were a military situation, you'd be taken out and shot. Trip throws Malcolm against a wall, and Archer has to break it up in a super aggro way, even for everybody. Wow. He tells Trip, put the chair back together, turn the damn alarm off, and no one disturb me unless there's a reactor breach. We cut to Archer's room, where he is obsessing over writing the intro. T'Pol enters and tries to rationally explain to Archer what is gone, but he literally cannot even. Archer says,
I just have a prediction, and that is, with everybody passed out, it's T'Pol. Like, T'Pol is gonna like put something into the air on the ship
just because,
so that everybody annoying. Because she's gonna be like, I am going to die if this this crew is going to murder me.
Yeah, she's
I need to take them out of commission.
I'm just gonna put a little bourbon in the baby's milk bottle. Like, that's what this is.
T'Pol tries to explain the situation. Archer says, dismissed. T'Pol says, your crew is in danger. Archer says, I gave you an order. I suggest you follow it, or I'll have you confined to your quarters until a Vulcan shipper can come and get you. And he sort of manhandles her and pushes her out of the room.
Oh, I don't like that.
I have a question.
He doesn't throw her. It's just like...
But he kind of...
Yeah.
But still...
Yeah.
I have a question. Have we seen T'Pol do a Vulcan nerve pinch?
Yeah, we've seen her a couple times.
She's done that, right?
Oh, in the show? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's definitely done it.
I just feel like it would be even better if she just literally walked around and just nerve pinched every single one of them.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
I was thinking the same thing, Maria. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You get a pinch, and you get a pinch.
We are in sickbay. Phlox is in full Patrick Bateman / Dexter vinyl bodysuit with, a face guard.
Oh my god! He's gonna kill Travis!
And is about to start cutting into Travis's skull when T'Pol walks in.
Oh my god.
He's happy to see her. Oh, you're just in time. Put on a surgical gown. This is a rare opportunity to explore the human brain.
Oh my god.
Wow.
T'Pol says, is he injured?
Will be.
Not yet.
Phlox goes on a cheery chipper rant about what he thinks might be the problem. T'Pol tries to explain that the entire crew is ill, but Phlox says, well, that will have to wait.
Wait, what if this black hole is just making them all more their real selves?
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, it turns out there was nothing going on. This is just how this crew behaves all the time.
It turned out it was affecting everybody except Phlox.
How far
this is normal.
How long our journey has been on this show that even we find this behavior odd for this crew?
Yeah. It would be even better if they just all started like doing their jobs appropriately and well, and then T'Pol was like, "Oh, something is fucking wrong."
Well, it sounds like some of it kind of is. Yeah. Like, Malcolm is out here on like a useful mission to invent a read alert, and
just gone over the top.
Yeah, maybe a little over, but like
over the top and around the corner and down the street is where he is, because he is wearing a phaser pistol and screaming at people.
He's going to the good target across town.
But like, maybe something useful will come of this. Maybe Archer will get a new chair that is more comfy.
I think we get red alert out of this. That's the useful thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
T'Pol tells Phlox that he's been affected as well, and she grabs his hand as he's about to make an incision. Phlox gets super serious. Remove your hand. I won't ask you again. T'Pol looks at the scalpel and lets go. I'll let you know the results, but he's on the ground after a quick Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yes! Called it.
Get it.
And the scene ends with T'Pol looking at Travis's brain scan.
I just want to say another episode where something happened to Travis to further somebody else's storyline, and he spends like most of it unconscious again.
Oh, is he a woman?
This is at least the third time this has happened.
Wow.
He never gets his own story. All of Travis's storylines are things to further other people's storylines.
Yep.
So yeah, they don't have enough women to even have that character. They even have that character be a man. Wow.
Back inside, we're at the point where everybody is passed out and T'Pol is walking by, scanning them. In the kitchen, the pot boils over as Hoshi is passed out. T'Pol reviews the medical data as best she can. We return to narration. They have only hours to live. They can't reverse course as the radiation extends outward in every direction except one, which would take them...
Everybody's passed out?
Everybody except T'Pol is passed out.
We're back to the beginning where the time.
We're back to the point where we are at the beginning.
We didn't actually see whether she nerve pinched all of them.
It's a possibility. I suppose it could have happened.
Yeah, so the assumption is that the passing out is a symptom of this radiation.
It's a plan. It's a Batman level plan that T'Pol has been working on since the first week she was on this ship, and now she finally needs it. So they can't reverse course because the radiation extends outward in every direction except one, and if they turned around, they would be in it for presumably days, but they only have 1 hour
geometry of this
left to
is
live.
not making any sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this. So I was going to ask if this was a particular something about the gravity of a trinary system or something would cause this.
So
Crazy radiation.
They're getting closer to the whole system, not just specifically the black hole, right?
Unclear. They were going to get within 5 million kilometers of the black hole to observe it in the trinary system.
So
but she can't.
Whatever's giving off radiation's giving it off in all directions. That's a spherical distribution of radiation. So what is this one?
There's one. Tunnel.
Well, that was my question to you: is if you have if quote unquote this plot radiation is coming from the black hole or whatever, could the gravity of these other two stars warp how the radiation is spreading?
Or
and I know this is all nonsense.
Yeah,
but
any warping. So any warping that you get would be from the gravitational effects of the black hole.
They can't go to warp; they have to be at impulse.
No, sorry. The warping of the
I see. Sorry.
Space-time. Okay. So I'm imagining space-time as, fabric and things with mass are like pool balls on the fabric, right? So this is
or a water polo ball.
Or a water ball. This is not a great...
Break this down for me. Well, imagine a water polo ball. Okay, I'm with you now.
This is not a great analogy, but it's the one we're all familiar with because it's only 2 dimensions, and you have to imagine it in 3 dimensions, but you get the idea. Yeah, so the warping of the field would be from the black hole, but I don't see how that would make it such that there's only one direction, like the only way out is through, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
There's another way that they have to go. She can't just turn around. Okay.
You can't. Doesn't make sense.
Could one of the objects be blocking the radiation somehow, and that's the direction?
Like in the shadow of it?
Yeah, that's the only thing I could. Anyway,
don't worry about it.
Why are we thinking? We've thought more about this than the writers have at this point.
That's what I was just about to say.
She says, if I can chart a course between the stars, we could escape the radiation before the crew succumbs, but I won't be able to pilot the ship alone. Who do you think she gets to help pilot the ship?
Porthos.
If only. That was going to be one of my 2 truths on the lie, but you guys always pick up on Porthos.
Is it Travis?
It is Phlox?
Nope. You guys are overthinking this. No, things are so bad she has to rely on Archer.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
It would not be my first
Last choice.
Oh, yeah. Just the guy responsible for the entire crew.
But yeah,
You don't
a guy
trust
who
him.
has shown that even when there isn't some like weird alien disease acting on him, he still can't control his anger.
Yeah.
She goes to Archer's cabin and hauls his butt out to do what you'd do to sober up somebody in the 1950s. She fills him full of coffee and throws him fully clothed into a shower.
Wait, he's not passed out?
She wakes him up by apparently giving him coffee and doing this. This wakes him up. And it's like,
Okay.
could she give him a caffeine injection, amphetamines? No, she has to. She
So
literally
is
has
everybody
to do.
just asleep? Like maybe
they, like,
something
drunk?
about whatever was happening to them, like got
They get overwhelmed.
like
their
used up all their
emotions
energy. Yeah, and they
couldn't
went to
handle
Yeah,
it.
I do want to
Sleep?
take a nap when I get overwhelmed. With
It's
anxiety,
true.
so I get it.
They all have weighted blankets on them.
Archer is extremely groggy, but she explains that they have 17 minutes to pilot their way out of the radiation. Archer gives her orders like turn around. She's like, that won't work. He basically shuts him down. It's like, we have to pilot out and you have to help me. I'm in no condition to pilot a starship. We have no other choice. We cut to the Enterprise flying through an asteroid field.
No!
he should have woken Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Travis would have been a better choice for this.
Okay. Asteroid, so, we're doing the thing with all the asteroids being super close together for no
Yep.
reason whatsoever? Okay.
Yep. This is 100% Empire Strikes Back asteroid field.
Okay, you know if you stand on an asteroid in the asteroid belt, you would not see another asteroid at all.
Boring.
If you had a really good telescope, maybe you could. Okay. Just had to get that out there.
The Enterprise is flying through an asteroid field, and T'Pol is telling Archer they're off course because he's mishearing her. He's still super groggy and barely holding it together. He's got the sweats bad. He mistook heading 12.4 for 2.4. Archer is using the little joystick to pilot, by the way.
Nice.
Wait,
nice.
Oh yeah, they have a
Do you
joystick.
not know about the joystick?
They have a little joystick.
Wait,
Maneuvering thrusters is what they
I
used it. They
also
used it in the
did
minefield
not-
episode.
I also did not remember that. Wow.
No.
Yeah, and it comes like they press a button and it
Pops
like
out.
comes out.
Oh my god.
And it's like a video game joystick.
Oh,
And so
Yeah.
pilot the ship with it.
oh my god. What were they thinking?
T'Pol is barking out directions while Archer steers, and holy shit, a giant asteroid is heading right towards them.
Of course it is.
There's no time to dodge, and they can't charge weapon in times. But guess what? Alarms are suddenly going off, and all the weapons are online. It's Malcolm's security protocol.
Oh my god, the read alert actually works.
Wait, it came on.
Oh my god, is his voice like saying read alert?
No, it is not. It's just the sound of
okay.
an alarm.
Okay, wait, it came on automatically?
Yes, that was they actually brought that up earlier, that was one of the things that could happen. The captain could order it, or if there was a hull impact,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
protocol would come on
okay.
automatically.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm surprised. They did something competent amid all of
Yeah.
this.
They fire a phaser cannon, and the asteroid breaks up, and they fly right through the debris, and they're safe. Can you shut that alarm off? No time. They have 10 seconds to make it out, and they're clear. As T'Pol and Archer finally have a breather, Trip wakes up and says, "Did we get
The
some
way
nice
Maria
pictures of
said
the
that-
black hole?"
The way Maria said yay made it sound like you were like really hoping they would all be destroyed.
I gotta be me.
So Trip does make a callback to his "Did we get some nice pictures of the black hole?" Cut to Med Bay, where Phlox is scanning several crew members, including Travis, and he asks him,
Wait, hang on. So they just assumed it was radiation from the black hole system?
They get
that
into-
made
Well,
them
Presumably
go crazy?
T'Pol figured it out.
They get it. She explains this a little more because when Phlox did the brain scan of Travis, it showed something unusual was happening, and T'Pol saw this and figured that it was the radiation that was causing this, but she could only figure out so much because she is not a space vet like Phlox is, of course.
I just don't understand how radiation
That's where
we
I'm
know
stuck
a lot about radiation.
Yeah, but there's always weird
it doesn't make
radiation
sense
that
it's
does
radiation.
weird shit to people. That's Star Trek 101. Like, there's always some weird fucking radiation that does some weird shit to somebody and makes them...
It's Star Trek radiation, not science radiation.
It's not actual radiation, it's Star Trek radiation.
You just think they would have, like, made up some sort of, like, it was the something photon something, you know, like
well, if you make something up, it's more obvious that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like if they said like if they said super neutrinos, like in the 2012 movie, where I literally like screamed in the middle of the theater, you know, like that will set people. I mean, if you leave it vague enough, it's like okay, fine, radiation. Okay.
Well, it wasn't flowers this time; it was radiation. Medbay, Phlox is scanning several crew members, including Travis, and he says, "How are you?" And Travis says, "I'm a little tired, but the headache's gone. What'd you do?" And Phlox says, "Very little, fortunately. You're free to go."
This crew is a mess.
Archer and DePaul enter to check out on the crew, and Phlox thanks DePaul for preventing him from committing crimes against humanity. God knows I don't need another warrant out on me. He doesn't say that part.
Yeah, we don't need another dead Travis.
Archer's like, "What happened?" And Phlox, to his credit, says, "I will file a report with you later," after he's finished helping the crew members who were injured. We cut to Archer's quarters. Malcolm enters, stiff and embarrassed. Archer explains that he and DePaul were navigating the debris field when his tactical alert went off. "I heard, sir. I've already deactivated the new protocols." And Archer says, "You shouldn't have. They brought the weapons online right when we needed them. If you have no objection, I'd like to make them standard procedure." To which Malcolm replies, "No objection, sir." We cut to the bridge. Trip has finished the chair.
Is it golden?
Yay.
Is he spray painting it with gilt paint?
Is it actually like a toilet? I'm just imagining an actual toilet golden throne now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Captain's log.
Captain's log, taking a shit.
It actually, the chair looks exactly the same. And Archer is kind of confused. He's like, he doesn't look different. He says, sit down. Archer sits. "Oh, yeah, it does feel better. What'd you do?" And Trip says, "I lowered it by 1 centimeter.
Oh my god.
Does the chair
Hang on.
not...
What? Hang on. What? Was...
That's got to be our stinger.
Okay, like if he was perched on it, that's an angle problem.
Yeah, it's an angle problem.
That's not height related. I'm having trouble with this.
There is literally no difference.
If he pitched it 1 degree, that would make sense.
Right.
Also, does the chair not just let you change the height? It's
Really not.
It wasn't adjustable?
Like
No.
literally the chair
Also,
I'm in
like,
now that has a lever that can make it go up and down.
They don't have
Is
that
it now not going to
technology.
fit T'Pol well? What about T'Pol and her back?
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to think of where he's, because it affects where your legs go. As a short person, okay, I am 5'1". Like, I am very aware of certain chairs don't work for me because my feet won't touch the ground. So I'm trying to see if lower it, but that doesn't affect. Okay.
I mean, I guess there's a similar issue if you're tall and it's too low to the ground. That could make it uncomfortable. But he lowered it? He didn't.
He lowered it 1 centimeter.
Yeah, he lowered it 1 centimeter using that, like, when he was doing all that stuff with, like, the gas-powered
Drill.
The pneumatic drill that nobody knows why he needed.
To lower it by 1 centimeter?
He lowered it by 1 centimeter.
Brain fog black hole radiation was already affecting him when he decided on that tool choice. I don't think we can trust a single thing anyone does in this episode, because from the beginning.
See, this is how I can tell you
black
don't
hole.
remember anything about the show, or that question would not even occur to you, that we cannot trust anyone on this show.
Fair point.
Trip then asks, how about that cup holder, sir? No, this'll be fine, Trip. Archer then gets up, kind of looks askew at the chair. Maybe he didn't actually change anything. He walks over to T'Pol, shows her something on the pad, and asks for her advice. End of episode.
Wait, so they don't... hang on. What? They don't say what the radiation was, what it did to their brains. They don't even, like, discuss it? They don't even talk about it?
In the vaguest terms. Yeah.
What terms? I need terms.
Watch the episode. We'll get your feedback. Maybe you'll
yeah,
come
yeah.
back and,
You come back and-
Okay.
maybe you'll come back and extricate me for this scientifically perfect episode of Enterprise.
Oh, I'm sure it's shit, but it just feels like they were just like... But it's not just the science. It's like they're shit explorers if they can't even, like, have a conversation about the weird shit they just went through. Or someone's talking about it in their log. Or...
Nicole, you've just answered your own question.
They're shit
explorers.
Okay, I'm very unsatisfied.
Yeah.
I love-
Welcome to our world.
Like, I've been listening to your show for a while, so I'm like reliving Enterprise through your podcast.
Sorry.
But, like, sitting here hearing it in the recording with you guys, I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like even more damaging.
I
don't
love
know.
that after all this time of waiting to hear about the origins of read alerts, the actual origin is like something was affecting Malcolm's brain.
And then Trip came up with it.
Trip came up with
Yeah.
it.
But something was like affecting Malcolm's brain. He was like all messed up and being all crazy and like came up with read alerts.
Well, we're going to get to this two truths and a lie, but they were actually all working on their own projects. They just became completely obsessed with the minutia of them. So he actually had this idea, and it was obviously a good idea. But yeah,
What
I
was
had this
Archer's
problem with our
project?
I had this problem with our department budget yesterday.
not enough cup holders.
I hyper-focused all day on this budget thing and having to go through expensive reports.
Did you
I
have
hope
one
it
of your
was not-
colleagues strapped down on a medical chair?
I hope I was not that crappy to my colleagues in the process, but yeah, apologies if I was.
General thoughts. I watched this episode 4 times. I watched it twice in a row the first time I watched it. And
That's so many times.
I enjoyed
I've
it
never seen an episode of Enterprise more than twice.
because I enjoyed it so much, and every time I watched the episode, I thought I was finally having a mental break. Because I watched it the first 2 times late at night about a week ago, and I was like, oh, it can't possibly be that good. If I didn't know better, I would say that all of us are living in a simulation, and this episode was written for us. Because things keep coming that we talk about this. There's the almost porno scene between T'Pol and Trip. We got Read Alert, and we got Enterprise the Bear with Hoshi. I was like...
Yeah. It was.
They know we're watching. They know we're watching. It's rewriting itself. It's like that space station. It's reconfiguring itself
To work for us.
based on our needs.
That's how I felt after I'd watched A Night in Sickbay. Just all the things like Phlox saying that he had a veterinary degree, just like things like that, where I was like, this episode, or T'Pol telling Archer that there needs to be like consequences to his actions. I was just like,
Yeah.
this was created for us.
We are such victims of Stockholm Syndrome, y'all.
I know.
Two truths and a lie outcome. The lie was that T'Pol kills the entire human crew. She did not do that. She did, in fact, save everyone.
What was the other
too
truth
bad.
other than
The other two truths was that the crew gets obsessed with doing their jobs properly, which they did. They just took it way too far. And also that Archer yelled at Porthos, which he did, which leads us into the Porthos good boy skill. How good of a boy was Porthos on this episode? He got yelled at, so special rating. Jonathan Archer, bad boy. Newspaper, rolled up newspaper to the nose for Archer.
Yes, definitely.
Porthos gets infinity points.
Yes. So you're going to be so sad
He
because
better get all the cheese, a whole cheese platter.
he can't have cheese. It's bad for him.
Too bad. He's getting it.
Wait until you see him run to his doggy bed and flop down. It is
so
heartbreaking.
sad.
I'm so used to sassy dogs who do not listen.
I have. So
I
what?
don't understand this.
This happens to me because sometimes when I work from home, and sometimes when I'm working, I will just scream at something that is annoying me on like a person or something, and then Fenrir will run away, and it makes me so sad every time. I'm like, no, I didn't mean you.
Yeah, my dog will like maybe half open an eyelid if I do that, and then go back to sleep.
Saucy section. How sexy was this episode on the scale from
I can't believe no one.
Did you just interrupt saucy section?
She did. That's
Sorry.
not cool,
Go
man.
ahead.
It's not...
Go ahead.
I can't believe no one fucked on this episode. I definitely
That's
felt
literally.
like their like weird brain stuff. There was going to be some fucking.
God damn it, Jamie.
Sorry.
Okay, Jamie can take over describing this episode. Here you go.
Y'all have done this long enough.
What do
that
you think the
just know what
technical
happened.
difficulties were, Jamie?
Oh,
Saucy
the technical
section.
difficulty.
Saucy section. How sexy was this episode on a scale from Charles Napier as a space hippie in The Road to Eden to Terry Farrell in the original series uniform in Trials and Tribulations?
Oh, good God. Yes.
It was not saucy at all, and no one got naked, nobody hooked up, which is for one of these episodes where everybody in the entire crew starts acting weird. Kind of an interesting swerve. No, they did the weirdest thing this crew could possibly do, which is try to do their jobs well.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was a deviant act for them.
Oh, my God.
Never asked, never answered to your point how this radiation affects the human mind. They mentioned that this was what happened, but they didn't explain it. Technical difficulties. The most nonsensical thing that happened on this show was this. When Hoshi is obsessively cooking this meal over and over again, her apron is spotless.
Oh my God.
Wow.
She's also wearing her full uniform. She has the sleeves pushed up slightly, but she's just basically wearing her duty uniform with an apron over it. And I was like, that doesn't seem like. And Cunningham is also dressed that way too. It's like I would think that the galley crew would have like a different like chef uniform.
This show just doesn't understand how dirt works. Like, remember when like Trip and Malcolm were on that like thing from Dead Stop, and they came out of it, they got beamed out, and they looked like chimney sweeps. Like they were covered in like dirt for no reason.
I liked when T'Pol was on that desert planet, and like the boys were all like immediately just covered in dust, and she had a white uniform
Pristine.
that was absolutely spotless. And I'm like, I understand that she's a Vulcan, she's not like sweating the same way, but like she can't control the dust.
They must have had
the dust is still gonna get on her.
They must have had
clothes.
10 copies of that uniform.
They must have.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I'm still having my own technical difficulties. I feel like, in addition to the apron, they have no spatial reasoning because we don't understand the geometry of why they can only take this one path through the trinary system to not get as much radiation. That makes no sense. And the chair being 1 centimeter off. These are both spatial reasoning problems.
what the Phlox, the creepiest thing Phlox did in this episode. Fam, our boy is back. We get creepy Phlox again.
Yes, I miss creepy Phlox.
after episode after episode of him being the moral and ideological center of the episode, our homeopathic serial killer has returned.
Yes, creepy Phlox.
The
Yes,
creepiest
Chef.
thing he did was everything.
Yeah. No, he was. It was particularly upsetting when T'Pol, like, he's being super creepy while talking to Travis, and then when T'Pol walks in, he's like, "Oh, good, you're here. Put on a gown. You can help me."
That's great.
Yes, Chef. Any mentions of Chef? Yes, Chef is sick. I am introducing a new segment that we can add to the queue called Marco. Any mentions of water polo? Yes, we do have a mention. Malcolm is sick about hearing about water polo.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that.
And
Marco, that's a great name
It's
too.
perfect.
Good job, Bill.
where is HR? I think it's long past time for HR to have a sit down with Hoshi, because from Malcolm's perspective, Hoshi is obsessed with him. First, she asked him out over dinner, then she dropped into his room topless, and now she is eating from his bowl when he didn't like the food.
It's a good point. It's a real good point. And obsessed with, like, making sure he likes what she cooked for him.
All of which has brought us to Will's Hollow Rex, brought to you by Eric TM. This is the segment of the show where we recommend things that we have been watching and our personal holodecks this week. Nicole, do you have a recommendation for us?
I do. You're gonna laugh because this is something y'all are probably way more familiar with than me. I am finally, for the first time, reading through Terry Pratchett's Discworld series.
Ah, wonderful.
I had read bits here and there, but I had never just sat down and read them all. I think I got them all in some humble bundle at one point.
Wonderful.
So I'm about halfway through. I started about a year ago. I'm on book 20 something. I don't know.
I'm so jealous of you getting to do that for the first time. Like, that's so great.
Oh, thank you. It's fun, and of course, being in academia, the wizards and Unseen University are amazing, amazingly true to life. With everything going on in the world, I do joke that I read this so that I can see something sane that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, tells you something. So yeah, that I am, if you need that escapism, with amazingly biting social commentary scattered throughout, but also silly puns. Just pick up Discworlds.
Yep.
Have you read any of the Science of Discworld books?
No, I haven't.
You should. You'd love those.
Highly recommend them because he actually has like a science writer. Part of it is actually just a straight up Discworld story, so you can enjoy that. Okay. But then it's interspersed with chapters where they talk about actual science, but also the idea that everything is actually driven by human beings as storytellers.
Ooh,
I love it.
It's a really fascinating take on that topic. So thank you. Jamie, what is your recommendation?
For any of you who have not yet watched Poker Face, what are you even doing? That show is so good. So good. It's got Natasha Lyon. It's directed by Ryan Johnson. It's sort of just like a murder of the week, but then Natasha Lyon can tell when people are lying, and kind of solves the murders. It's got like a comedic, like tongue-in-cheek vibe. Yeah, it's very Columbo. The second season just started, and I watched the first episode of the second season last night, and Cynthia Erivo was in it because the show also has lots of very good guest stars. And she played like 5 different characters. It was giving Orphan Black. She was amazing.
So she was so good in it.
No.
So, I know Poker Face. I feel like everybody I know is already watching it, but if you're not, you got to get on the Poker Face train, guys. It's so good.
Thank you, Jamie. Maria, what is your recommendation?
Y'all are not going to be surprised at this recommendation. I just saw the new Marvel movie, Thunderbolts, with an asterisk.
Oh, is it good?
It's actually good. Yeah, it's surprisingly good. It's not 3 hours long. It's like only a couple hours long.
It's called Thunderbolt?
With an asterisk, yes. So,
wait,
I can't really...
The asterisk is silent.
Who is the superhero?
There are multiple superheroes. So it's
a team.
It's a team, yeah. So it's... God, you're going to make me name them all.
It's the new Black Widow, who's Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Oh, Florence? Okay. Wow, okay.
What's his name from Stranger Things? David Harbour as Red Guardian. Red Guardian, I think is what he's called. Being absolutely
being... I like him in his weird apartment.
Being 100% David Harbour in this movie. It's so good.
Amazing.
And then it's the fake Captain America...
Wyatt Russell.
Yep, who's played by Kurt Russell's son. And who's the fourth? I can't think of it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Good movie. Really fun. Fun. I love a team up and fight crime movie, and that's basically what this is. And they're sort of, it's a little bit Suicide Squad-y. It's a little like they are the anti-heroes.
Okay.
I know who it is. It's Ghost. That's her character. She was in the Ant-Man movies.
Oh, okay. I remember that character. Yep.
Yeah.
Quantumania.
And she's fantastic too. So, Thunderbolts with an asterisk, which actually also has a different name. It's a whole big thing. But watch the movie. It's fun.
Thank you, Maria. My recommendation this week is another anime series. It has no English name. It is called Asobi Asobase. And it is an anime series about 3 high school girls who start an after-school club devoted to traditional games. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. Asobi Asobase. And that's the episode. Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll revisit this episode as a second contact. I cannot wait to hear what you think of this episode. And then in 2 weeks, Maria will be hosting the episode Vanishing Point. Special thanks to our guest, Nicole. Nicole, where can people find you?
Probably hiding under my desk crying or about how big my grading stack is, even though it's my own fault. But I am a noisy astronomer on the interwebs. I have a website that I never update. I'm on Blue Sky occasionally. In person, you can see me at DragonCon coming up Labor Day weekend. I will be doing content with the space track and science tracks for sure, even though DragonCon always occurs right after the first week of classes. I still make it because it is so much fun to be with you people, and it is my favorite type of SciComm.
Yeah. My favorite part of DragonCon is the very last night when we always stay up until like 3-4 a.m. hanging out because we're so sad that it's over. And we're all like, it's fine because almost all the rest of us, we stay an extra day because it's really hard to get out after the last day. And Nicole does not. Nicole always has the earliest flight the next morning and stays up the entire night and then goes to your flight so that you can make it to your first class.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and every year I'm like, I don't know how you do this.
Well, I don't teach that day. I think what I do is I fly out early.
Yeah, because it's Monday. It's Labor Day, right? It's Monday.
But even if I fly out early Tuesday, I don't usually have Tuesday classes. So I think if I fly out crazy early on Tuesday, I need the rest of Tuesday to prep for my class the next day.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I do. But yeah, you're right. I do stay up because I don't want to miss out. And you guys are fun. And then, yeah, I have sometimes gone right to my flight, or I've got like a 2-hour nap and gone to my flight, so I can get ready for usually. So the first 2 weeks are more chaotic than they should be because of DragonCon.
Have you ever done a panel called The Science of Star Trek Enterprise?
I have done the science of Star Trek.
No,
Not
specifically Enterprise.
I have not done that.
Please do, and get someone who explains how water needs to be cube-shaped, because this race has never encountered it.
Sorry, wait. This is an aside, but I should mention a panel in the future, which is because we all know most of our scientists have probably not seen Enterprise,
right?
Where we do the science of Enterprise, but with all scientists who have not seen it recently,
and explain it to them.
The
oh my god, it would be
make...
so good.
This would be like a warm-up for science verse movies. Is you torture a bunch of scientists with
and they
Enterprise.
can't say, they're on stage, but they can't say anything. They have to sit there
My God.
while a moron like me explains what happened in Star Trek.
This is amazing.
That would be great.
This might be a good time to mention that DragonCon is coming up on Labor Day weekend, and Nicole is not the only person that will be there. I will also be there. I'll be involved with Science Track, and I'll be on some Science Track panels. Maria's going.
Yeah, I'll be there for the first time since 2019. I'm super excited. I am not a guest, so I am just going as a paying whatever, but so I'm not on any panels.
But you will be wearing some Archer cosplay.
I will be in some Archer cosplay or some Enterprise cosplay, and will actually some other Star Trek cosplay too, and some Pratchett cosplay actually. So
we are doing Pratchett cosplay.
Yep.
That's right. I'm gonna be Magritte.
Yep.
I'm very excited.
Yep, I'm gonna be Nanny Og. So I am very excited. It's gonna be super fun.
Oh my god, you are gonna be you are just the perfect choice for Nanny Og. I don't know why.
I'm just happy because it means I get to carry a Stein around with me with booze in it. Very convenient.
You're gonna have to learn a hedgehog song. One of the many.
I've already started looking them up. That and a wizard staff has a knob on the end.
Knob on the end. Yeah.
I will practice looking shocked and horrified.
Special thanks to K.O. Myers at Particulate Media for sound assistance, to our friend David for our beautiful cover art, and to John Stephen King for being the voice of our computer. If you like this show, please rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice, and tell your friends about it. We really appreciate it. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as @EnterpriseSplaining, and on Blue Sky as @EnterpriseSplain. You can also email us any questions, comments to enterprisesplaining@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. And if you want to support this podcast, you can find us at Buy Me a Coffee as Enterprise Splaining. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo! Thanks, everyone.
Oh, that was fun.
Computer. End program.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.